All right, welcome to the Relationship Show. This one is on polarities. So, what polarities are masculine and feminine energy and how they are attracted to one another. So, with successful relationships, they're going to have, the essence of like love, they're going to love each other, but they're also going to have this polarity. They're going to have the difference between masculine and feminine energy because that's what creates attraction and that's what kind of creates a spark, if you will, like kind of sexual desire. And so in every relationship, no matter if it's straight, gay, lesbian, every single relationship has to have this polarity. And if you start realizing this, you'll start noticing it in other people and like seeing couples who has like the masculine essence, who has the feminine. And it's not really like gender based, but it's hormonally and just kind of naturally, the men typically need that masculine essence and women typically need that feminine essence. That's not always the case, but in many cases that is to be true. And if they don't really fulfill that, so like the woman is in her masculine and the man's in his feminine, that can cause a lot of problems in a relationship. And so, for instance, I was at like a Tony Robbins seminar, Date with Destiny, and he called up some people. There was this couple, and there's a woman, she was like successful business, real estate person, and the man didn't really work, and he just kind of stayed at home and like kind of did his own thing, but he was obviously in his feminine, and it was like he was trying to be like the one who talked about feelings and who was a nice guy, and she was the one who like went out there and made money and negotiated and did all that, and it was kind of like an imbalance, and they were having relationship problems. And I'll be honest, I mean he did some incredible work on those people. But then, to be honest, the next day he was back doing. I saw him because I saw him up on stage, and then I saw him the next day, and the guy was doing the same thing. He was chasing her, and so he was like, like looking across a room, like seeing what she was doing, and always trying to be like, please her and chase her and make sure she's like basically being the feminine role still. And so it wasn't really, personally I didn't think it was going to continue to like advance in the relationship and things would continue as they were. And so you really have to have those polarities, and then you can't contradict yourself. So if you are a masculine person, you can't really contradict yourself and then like submit to someone who is more in their masculine, and then you in turn becoming your feminine, and then you just feel completely conflicted like that man that I was just talking about. And if that happens, it's kind of like a miserable situation, and you're not really acting on how you think you should be acting, and just really causes a lot of stress. So really notice this polarities in different people. You'll notice things like who walks in front, who makes the plans. Those two people make the plans, walk in front. That's more like your masculine leader in charge. Whereas the one who like follows, or the one who is always reaching out or like pleasing or seeking approval, that's more in the feminine energy. And so when you're practicing these attraction skills, you need to really be aware of this, and then like, will this action, is this kind of a feminine action or is this a masculine action? And you have to kind of gauge that in where you have to be as far as your relationship with your partner.